Good morning everyone, me again. Just wanted to give you an update on how things are going on my side. The XLWB Sprinter is about 95% done, so probably in a couple of days time it should be finished, and then we'll be spending a solid day filming it, ideally on a day without any wind noise or any of that sort of stuff. It's been driving me mad every time I seem to film a van. It seems to be really windy, nice and sunny, and then you can't hear me. So I'll try and work on that for this one. It's looking like beyond mega. I'm really chuffed with it. Put my heart and soul into every van, but this one has just turned out like beyond expectations really. I had it in my head what I thought it would look like, but this one is just looking insane. So hopefully you'll all really like the van tour. It's not your typical van conversion for sure. I've tried to use all sorts of different materials, and we've used some foreign materials as well from abroad, which is something I've never seen before in a van conversion or anything like that really. So hopefully it will be to your liking. I won't show you that now, but what I wanted to do in this video was just quickly give you a walk around, only a short walk around because I haven't really done anything else. But my neighbour is a fabricator, Aidan. He's called his business is called Bing's Bodyworks. We're in the process of setting up an Instagram for him. But basically, I've paid him to make me some steps for the library bus and some supports for the bed. So I'll just show you now. It's all up the top, all in here. So hopefully you can see. So basically, there was a disabled lift here before, and it weighed an absolute ton. I haven't weighed it, but I'd been thinking that it's over 300 kilos what was here before. So this has now been welded in, and there used to be a sliding door there, so that's why the floor stops there. So we've added in this extra box section to support the angle iron. So now I've got a little gap down there where I can tuck the aluminium sheet into that channel on the outside of this, so it will slide just in that little gap. And then I can carry the aluminium over to match the rest of the van. And then we've got a seam welded steel steps in here now basically, so behind it's all box section. Actually, luckily enough, there was a box section wall here where the sliding door was, which was kind of on the inside of the door, which was just a support for the wall and the door frame to keep the sliding door straight. So we managed to chop that up, and that did all of the box section for this stairs. You can sort of see underneath. How well that's going to show up on camera, but basically it's rock solid, and we've used 2mm sheet steel on the rest of it. I did a help a bit. I mean, I basically have just cleaned up all the welds. Essentially, I haven't really done very much. He let me do a little bit of welding, but I'm no expert, so I'll let him crack on with that. But he's done a really good job. It's all seam welded. So once I've carried on the kind of CLS stud work into this doorway, when we've got the other two alley sheets on, in theory I can just make a door frame. So I carry that stud work over, and I'll just make a door frame that's the right size for a standard household door frame basically. So I can cut a hole in the aluminium, and there will be timbers exactly where I need them, and then I can just fit a door frame and then fit the door. So hopefully it should be kind of half a day's work, and I can put a front door on the bus. So yeah, really chuffed with how they came out. Like I said, he's seam welded them, so they're completely watertight. I'm going to go around all the joins with some sealant anyway, because I'll be insulating them with some 25mm Celotex and ply. Well, ply, then Celotex, then ply again, because I don't want to lose too much space on the steps, but at the same time I don't want them to be freezing cold either, because we're thinking of putting some really thinly cut slate or something like that on the steps, and then a doormat at the top here. That may not happen. We may just put doormat on those. It just depends really, because it's turned out so good. It's really wide. I mean, you can see from the side where my feet are, I can really easily put a pair of shoes on either side of the steps. So it just means we can kind of put some boots and flip flops or trainers, whatever. Just leave them there. And then I got him to. I bought some more box sections. We ran out of box section from that frame. And then we got some more 25x50 box section. It's 1.5mm thick, so it's rock solid. And then we've welded these into the frame that was there already. So all these bars are 1.71 long. So the idea is the bed will lay facing down the van, so our heads will be at that end. I just wanted something metal above the cab that would give me some structure, because that's where predominantly our shoulders and heads are going to be. So there's going to be a lot of weight at this end where you climb in. So I'll be building that out of timber, but I just thought if there's some metal welded in there, it will give it some real strength, and also it's just spurred me on to get cracking on it basically. So as soon as the extra long wheelbase is finished, I'm going to be having 4 or 5 weeks off before the next build, which is due to start at some point in June. And yeah, try and do an episode every couple of days. I'm going to try and film pretty much everything I do, or at least film everything I've done that day. So it might be just that I'll put a GoPro and I'll film a bit of what I'm doing, because I've only got one GoPro, so I don't know if I'd be able to. The batteries on was not ridiculously good, so I probably would only be able to get 4 or 5 hours worth of footage on one that if I left it static somewhere in here. But yeah, the plan is to just film as much as I can, and then I'll do a little summary at the end of each day, and hopefully upload a video, like I said, every 2 or 3 days. But yeah, it's going to be pretty smooth sailing hopefully once the aluminium's in here. So you imagine that will be the same as this wall all the way along, and then once it's all sealed up, I can start cutting holes for a door. I've already got 6 windows sitting in the unit, all varying sizes. We're going to have a huge window along here, 1450 by 600, and we're going to have a live edge piece of cedar underneath the edge of the window, and it'll be like a window bar. And we get some really nice copper stools, and there'll be a table that folds up. And then the back's going to have I think it's a 900 by 600 window at the back there, a 900 by 400 above the kitchen. You can sort of see where I've drawn out, only vaguely probably, but big L-shaped sofa at the back, kitchen, bathroom. You walk in here, and there'll be a bath along the floor there. Hallway's going to be here. Doggy pen in there, toilet there. So it's all going to be open plan apart from this little corridor basically, and there'll be a ladder going up to the bed. With the part of the ladder will have to be a gate so that the dog can get in and out of his pen. And then we'll have a 1700 by 700 bath with probably about a foot by maybe 2 foot of space at the end of it, so we can have a mirror and a little mini sink and some cupboards below it, and then a window there, and then the bath will come over this way with a shower head up in this sort of area. I mean, it's all vague and sort of in my head at the moment, so you've probably got no idea what I'm on about, but it will be it's all going to work. I reckon I can see it all happening now. Normally if I can see something in my head, it normally happens. So I'm determined to make this thing mega. But again, I've shown this on other videos, but you need a fisheye lens really to be able to see how big it is in here. But the other chap on YouTube that did the yellow library bus that sold it, I believe, that the indie project's filmed, I don't think his is as big as this one from looking at his pictures. I think it's the same coach builder that made it, but I'm pretty confident ours is at least 1.5 foot longer from looking at the pictures of his. So I'm confident the layout that we're going to do will make this like a proper tiny house. It's not just going to be like he had a big bed at the back, which is all fine and everything, but then it just felt really limited the rest of the space. I don't want it to feel like a studio flat. I want it to feel like a little small house. So there'll be a wood burner here between the sort of window bar and the sofa, and loads of storage. And I'm going to try and avoid covering the walls in cupboards because I think that just makes it look tiny. So the idea is for it to be really bright. We've got 2 Dometic Hecky 2s to go in place of these horrible old ones, and the front skylight's going to be going in the bin, and we're going to use some of the fiberglass from the rotted out walls basically to patch that up and re-fiberglass the inside and the outside of it so it's watertight. And I have 2 massive Hecky 2s which are they're even bigger than these, and they're completely clear with a bug screen and a blind. So they're going to be mega, because at the moment you don't really get any light through those ones. They're just opaque and they look horrible, and they're probably about 20 years old nearly, and they're a bloody nightmare to open. So the Heckies are really nice bits of kit. They're not cheap, but they're also not the same sort of price as like a Hecky 3. Those are mega money, but a Hecky 2 with the bug screen and blind, that'll be like wicked, I think, and having clear glass on them will just make a huge difference along with all the other windows. So it's going to take shape really quickly. It's obviously planning where all the wiring's going to go and plumbing and stuff like that. Plan is to put a big water tank in here. I'm just trying to weigh up where to put it really, because I'd like to put it under the sofa at the back, but then that's a lot of weight at the back. And yeah, I mean, 400 litres is the aim. I can get a 450 litre tall sort of tower tank, which I thought about putting in this corner, but the problem is that it then kind of limits the dog's bed space. I kind of need to see how it all looks once I've got some stud work up in here. It might be viable to put it there because it's not that big, it's just very tall, and I'd rather it be right up at the front than right at the back of the van, because the one at the back of the van would have to be a much lower sort of wide cube, you know, semi-cube shaped tank rather than like a big tower tank. But we'll see. I want to be able to be able to have a couple of baths a week and still have enough to shower every morning if we were parked up somewhere for a week, because the plan is eventually to take this on a tour of Europe or something like that and be able to just park up somewhere for 2 weeks and just literally be able to do whatever we like, sit on the roof deck, be totally off grid. Yeah, it's going to be sick. But anyway, this is just a quick video. I'm going to do a proper, you know, build series really, as well as proper as I can do, umming and ahhing and wind noise, all that sort of stuff, to be expected. So yeah, just watch this space really. Like I said, the extra long wheelbase Sprinter is nearly done, so we're going to try and do a really nice video tour of that one and really put some time into it, because every time I seem to film a van tour, it seems to be an hour before I'm meant to be delivering it, because we're like on a massive crunch to get it done in time. So yeah, I'm going to try and actually give myself a full day to film it and do lots of nice, you know, beauty shots of it, because I've put a load of effort into all the little details on this van. I've had it for, you know, over 4 months now, and the COVID thing did mean that I had to sort of dip out and do the decorating on the other Sprinter. But yeah, it's now nearly done, so I'm mega proud of it. I mean, I'm proud of every van I do. They're always like a lifetime achievement, every van, to be honest. It's not like just doing it's not just a job, you know. You're building something that's like going to allow people to create memories and experiences and all sorts of cool stuff, and you know, if they're living in it full time, even more so, you know. This one's a mixture of things really, but yeah, it's got everything you can imagine, you know, air conditioning, and the interior is just amazing, and all the equipment's, you know, really high spec. So yeah, expect a van tour of that in the probably next week or so. And yeah, and then a build tour of this when I actually have some time off, even though my idea of time off is still working, but it'll be working on this bus, which is just a great platform to build something amazing. So yeah, watch this space. As always, make sure you're checking out the Van House Conversions Instagram. I'm trying to post as much on there as possible, and when it comes to the library bus, I may be posting more pictures than videos. It's maybe a mixture of the two. We'll just see how it all goes, because I want to try and get a lot done in the time off I've got, because I probably won't then have time off again for another year, I'd imagine, if I'm flat out. So yeah, and obviously, you know, every subscription on the channel is really helping, to be honest with you. It's obviously the more people that are subscribed, the more other people are going to see it. So yeah, please help the channel grow by liking, subscribing, sharing, press the bell notification as well, so you get a notification when I posted a video. And yeah, thanks again for all the support and all of the nice comments that we've received. So yeah, stick with us, bear with me. I'll try not to and ah as much, and I'll try and sort the wind noise thing out for the next van tour. So yeah, see you then. Thanks very much. Have a good day. Be safe.